estate agent with Keller Williams here in New York. Introducing my guy, Rayson, representing New York Is A Nationality. Rayson, if you want to introduce yourself, tell them a little bit more about you and what the brand is all about.
Well, my name is Rayson. If anybody out there doesn't know me yet, I hope in the future my name can impact those, so I don't got to introduce myself, but I'm from New York Is A Nationality. It's a clothing brand straight out of Rockland, home and bred from Haverstraw, where we operate. And I'm just here talking with my old friend Jose from high school. He had some interesting topics he wanted to ask about from the brand, so I'm here for it.
Awesome, man, Rayson, and thank you so much for coming out here. And that's so funny because we've been friends for a long time now, since high school. And it's crazy how, now that everybody's been graduated, everybody's doing their own little thing.
Everybody has their change mentalities and all that.
Yeah, dude. So the first question I would ask you is, coming out of high school, I know that you were in some other clothing brand.
Yeah, definitely.
And then you kind of just merged into New York Is A Nationality, and then it was all about that. So how did that all come about?
Well, that was my clothing brand before, like you said, Humblicity Clothing. That was a clothing brand I started with my cousin and myself. It was just us two working on that, and we did that for a couple months. It was cool. I had some orders running through, and I was in RCC at the time, and he was doing his thing in high school. So I was trying to get that jump in because we had those two different little crowds, age groups, that we could penetrate. But the workload just got crazy. He was doing his own thing, trying to focus on school and college because he was going to college after that. So I was letting him rock and all that, So after that, it kind of died down a little bit. And my cousin Manny, he's another owner of the brand in New York. He asked me if I wanted to be a part of New York as a manager, though. So I was like, yeah, I'm all for that. Because I was 100% behind the meaning of it, what it stood for.
Yeah.
I love the idea, I love the concept of it. I was like, yeah, let's push for that, and we started working together. It was beautiful, man, beautiful beginning. Definitely something I wasn't used to, because I'm 21, they're 25, mainly age difference is different. Working with people that have that creative mentality,
Yeah.
I was used to working in retail, at Kids Foot Locker, so it's
That's right,
you're just doing what they say type of thing, moving accordingly. We're young, creating a company, and we don't know what the hell we're doing. We never done this before, but we had our idea, we had our vision. So it's all right, everybody come together. You do this, you do that, you do that, you do this. And let's see what we can make,
And then that's how it all came
It
up.
all came together.
Who thought of the name?
New York Is A Nationality came from Manny. He came together with that. He was like, I bet let me put this. Let me put the logos on the back, and it was that's what it was, man. People were rocking with it. They didn't question it, It was just yo, I like that.
Yeah.
They see the meaning. It's I'm from New York. I can feel that too.
Yeah. So New York Is A Nationality. What would you say that means to you? And it's just because obviously there's a message behind everything. So what would be the message behind New York Is A Nationality?
I feel the message that we try to push for when we say New York Is A Nationality is New York is a cultural melting pot, right? You got in this room, there's a bunch of different types of nationalities, right? People from different backgrounds, but we could all come together and do work. We could all come together and be a community. You know what I'm saying? That's what we're trying to push for, because New York isn't just New York because of all the things that are there. It's because of the culture and what everybody in there can bring together.
100%, dude. It's when every time I go to New York City, even it's there's so many people that are there that a lot of the times they don't even speak English.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So there's a lot of variety in New York, and it's definitely a place where you can start some kind of a business or some kind of a foundation, because I feel a lot of people migrate or come to New York just specifically to start something bigger than themselves. And I feel that's something you guys are doing right now. It's you guys are starting this whole movement. I can't even walk outside to the store without seeing somebody wearing the hoodie.
Every time I walk out my house, I literally see hoodies, just because that's what we're trying to do, man. We're trying to get everybody on the wave, just because it's a movement, like you said. Why not try to bring everybody together? With everything that's going on in the world right now, bro, everybody's trying to just separate. So much diversity for what? You know what I'm saying? We could all come to terms on stuff and just put in that pain together. You feel me?
Exactly, man. And it's not you always have to agree on something, but it doesn't.
It's okay to agree to disagree. Everybody got their own opinions, and that's fine. At the end of the day, we could still be friends. We could still come to terms. Because everybody got their own.
100%, bro. If for example, like if you were to go back in time, we're not even going back in time, but if you had, let's say, a brother in school, and I want to ask you this because obviously now you're an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
With everything that you're doing, that's officially you're doing it, man. So if somebody was maybe looking to coming out of high school or coming out of college, I mean, and they really didn't know what they wanted to do, I mean, what would one thing that you would advise them? Like, what would be an advice that you would give them so they can kind of try to figure things out?
Everything takes time, but like time is always ticking. So you can't just wait for something to come to you. You gotta really get down and get busy. Like, there's no time to waste. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have your ideas, and then there's the game plan behind your ideas. If they're just ideas, they're just gonna be floating in the air. You gotta take those ideas and really put them down on paper. Like, that's a real thing. When people say, yo, write down your ideas, it's not just cause like, yo, if you write them down, you look at, like, if you write them down, like, you're gonna actually start working on them, because you're gonna start checking off stuff off your checklist, and then it's gonna come into play, the wheels start going, and once you get that pace, then you'll start realizing, like, I see the potential, because you're not just looking at what's in front of you, you're looking at the whole game plan in the future, too. You know, like, you're setting the stepping stones for everything that you're trying to do. So just write down that game plan and just always get on it every day. Like, you can't just let stuff slack down. Same thing with you, with the real estate. Like, if you were just, yo, let me put in an hour today, I'll throw an hour next couple of days, you know what I'm saying? Y'all see me clock in next week, like, then you're gonna see the results that you're seeing right now. Like, you're 21, right, and you just bought that 10 family multi-home. That was pretty dope, bro. Like, I seen that, and I'm like, oh, snap. Yo, I'm trying to be like Jose.
Nah. This is not about me. This is about you, brother. So, I mean, I'm honestly really impressed and really proud of you guys and what you guys are doing. Like, I feel like you're creating exactly what you're saying. You're creating a community of people that, you know, understand the culture. So, I mean, moving forward, what do you see New York nationality? Like, where do you see New York as a nationality? Maybe, I don't know, a couple years from now, 5, as far as you can think. Like, where do you see you guys taking this?
A couple years down the line, I see us just continuing to expand in different branches. Like, right now we're trying to not just push clothing, right? We're trying to push more events. We're trying to push more activities, organize more people together to do group activities. Like, we just did the paintball stuff. Like, we just did the Thanksgiving event where we were with the kids and really helping them, like, get that feel for, like, yo, there's people like them that are doing things that we thought we couldn't achieve at one point in our lives. So, like, really down the line, we hope to see ourselves pushing more creativity, pushing more group projects, pushing more open-ended influence, you know what I'm saying? Like, for that, so that people don't feel discouraged to continue with their dreams, so that we provide facilities for them to continue with what they want to do.
You guys are doing some big things, and I even saw you guys at the North Rockland High School one of these days.
Yeah.
You filmed something where you guys were like maybe
the volley for the cause.
Mm-hmm.
You're talking
that
about that
and the
classes?
other thing.
Yeah,
too,
that was when that was my little sister. She has this teacher who sees her hoodie all the time, and she was like, "Oh."
He was rocking it too.
Yeah,
he was rocking it too. I was like, "Yo."
She was like, "Yo, get your brother in here. Like, we want to talk about New York."
Yeah.
So, like, that's funny because, like, a couple years ago, I was talking to, like, the team about that. Like, when we first started, like, yo, I want to do public speaking, like, one day. And I was shooting big, bro. I was trying to go to, like, I want to speak in the auditorium at the high school, like, not realizing what that would take or, like, how much pressure that is. You know what I'm saying? Like, how much preparation that takes. So, like, I put that down for a side, and I'm like, all right, let me plan my game, because, like I said, like, everything takes time, so don't rush certain things, because you're gonna put something out that's not ready, and you're gonna be dissatisfied. Maybe you're not gonna be content with what you put out, or, you know, it's gonna discourage you from continuing on. So I planned, and after, like I said, my sister set that up with her teacher. So, like, I was like, all right, cool, I'm ready for this. I got time behind me. I learned stuff. I watched videos. I practiced what I was gonna teach. Practice what you preach. And yeah, we went to the school. Taught 3 classes on entrepreneurship.
Wow.
So yeah, it's like talking to those kids. It was like some of them it's kids at the end of the day. Some were morning classes, so like they weren't awake. You know what I'm saying? They needed some food in their system.
It's probably me. I was probably playing cards.
Yeah. They were crazy. Yo, what's up, dollar games?
Yeah.
But like some of them were paying attention, and I like to see that. You know, like even if I don't get the whole 30 kids in the classroom, as long as one kid got benefits from that, learned something, like it's like, all right, cool. That's one kid. That's one more kid than what I had before. That's like paying attention. You know?
And I think too, it's like and the thing about that is like, I think people are paying attention as well to you guys is because obviously you're rocking the brand, like, and it's getting out there. So obviously it's like, it was probably like maybe like celebrities were walking in their room, obviously, because if they're seeing
funny
these,
you say that too.
If they're seeing these hoodies and they're seeing now the man behind it, it's like, wow, like, holy shit, it's the guys, you know? So how were people like reacting when they first, like, when you guys were walking that? Was it not like that? I bet you it was something.
For the
like
high
that.
school, they were kind of looking at us like we were just like speakers, you know what I'm saying? Like how when we were in class, it's like, oh, it's lit. We got somebody coming in to talk to us today.
Yeah,
all right, cool.
I remember.
But like for the Thanksgiving event, when we were talking to Frankie over at the rec center, who they organized that, he was telling us like, yo, they're waiting for you guys. Like New York is like the kids here. Like, yo, these guys are celebrities. Like, what? They're coming over here.
Same exact words.
Like, yeah, bro. Like, so to us, that means like that's crazy, bro. We're really doing something in Rockland. People are looking at us like that. Like, all right, cool. And it's not even about that. Like, we don't want that. We don't care about that. You know what I'm saying? It's more about the message that we're pushing out.
100%.
It's cool that people are seeing that we're making stuff that might have not been cool look cool. You know?
Yeah.
Like.
Well, I think it's cool.
Yeah, but it's not mainstream, is what I'm saying. Like,
right.
A lot of people on the internet nowadays, they pay attention to just like what's funny or like what's controversy out there or like what's the drama. You know what I'm saying?
This is
like,
value. You're providing value.
Like it's cool that more people like pushing out that value.
100%. And I also seen a couple rappers. I mean, wear the
a couple celebrities. So we got a couple in the roster.
Who do you have? Because I seen a bunch of them on Instagram. I don't know if it's a couple.
Got a lot, bro.
I saw Fab. He just dropped that album too. I saw him wearing it once.
We just posted today. China Mac. He's from the city. I'm not too familiar on him. I was just listening to a couple pieces of his music earlier in the car, but he got a big following on IG. We got Lil Tecca recently.
Nice.
Roddy Ricch. Famous Dex, Jadakiss. Fab was next to Jadakiss in that picture. When
he was rocking it though, no?
Nah, Fab wasn't rocking it.
We
need Fab though. We're trying to grab Fab.
Yeah.
He's close. Yo, Fab, we coming for you. But he's close, bro. He's close. You gonna email this to him?
Yeah, I'm gonna email it to him and I'm gonna door knock him. Okay, that's what I do.
We want Jay-Z. Jay-Z's coming.
Jay-Z's coming.
I hope one day.
Yeah, I mean, I honestly feel like the movement and the way that it's going, because what I think is the first thing you have to do is get, your city and your town to kind of come and support you guys. And that's definitely what's happening, because I don't really see anybody not with the move. You know what I mean? I see everybody kind of just appreciating what you guys are doing. And
that's one of the main things that I try to push right now too. Like everybody's always like, yo, you guys should just be in the city more often. Like you already got Rockland, but we don't already have Rockland. We have parts of Rockland. We don't have the whole Rockland. Yeah. There's 390-some thousand people in Rockland. Yeah. Last time I checked. You could fact check that. I might be wrong. You know what I'm saying? But there's around that many people in Rockland. And it's like, we still gotta push heavy in Rockland. There's still people out in our team trying to get to places in the city and other spots in New York, upstate New York, schools in New York, But Rockland's not on smash yet. You know what I'm saying? There's still a lot of impact we got to make in Rockland. Yeah, I mean, I hope a lot of people see this video, because I think that the stuff that you guys are doing is incredible. And thanks, bro. It's just gonna I just feel like it's gonna motivate anybody else that may want to start doing something. Especially, I don't feel like we have a lot of people that know like Rockland County. Every time that I go to the city and I mention Rockland County, people think I live in the woods. So it's like, now that things are starting to get a little bit more popping over here,
with you guys, I mean, obviously, as everybody else is doing their thing, you know, because there's some other guys doing stuff in Rockland.
With more power to them. I hope we could all shine light on each other.
Yeah, and that's how it all works, because now that everybody's doing something here, people are gonna start realizing, hey, there's something happening, and the bigger we get, you know, just as a community, the more that we're able to impact everybody and more people. So honestly, I can definitely see you guys being in the forefront of that cause, pushing Rockland out and kind of just spreading that message.
Yeah.
So
definitely, we Rockland is 100% behind us. I hope we're 100% behind Rockland. Nobody likes to jack Rockland, but we're here for it. We're jacking Rockland. Rockland is 100% branded New York.
That's awesome, bro. Well, I mean, that's all I got for right now. I mean, anything that you would, like, any books that you would recommend to anybody that you read that kind of put you in the right path or kind of shifted your mindset?
I got one book, man. One book for you guys. Manny always wants to push this book lately. He's been reading that. So I'm going to just, hold up, I got to get the actual name for the book so I'm not just...
Of course, man, of course.
How to Become a CEO. That's the book.
How to Become a CEO. I haven't read that one yet.
How to Become a CEO. If you want to read that, give it a read. I'll send you the picture of the book so you can grab that. But that's the book Manny pushes, so I'm going to push just that book for right now.
How to Become a CEO?
Yeah.
That's dope, man. Well, hey, thanks for coming out here. Thanks for doing the interview,
bro.
Yeah, for sure.
It's definitely dope.
Hope to do more things with you guys later on.
Hope to see you in the future, bro. We definitely, like I said, I got Eldon's World coming. I haven't said that, but I got Eldon's World coming, and that's going to be one of my side projects, too, and that's looking to highlight a lot of talent in Rockland, and you're definitely talent in Rockland, bro, so real estate is going to be something I'm going to highlight, so I hope to see you soon, bro.
There we go. And also, how can they find you, like, if they wanted to follow you on
Check
Instagram?
us out on Instagram, New York Is A Nationality. Check us out on Twitter, New York Is A Nationality. Check us out on YouTube, New York Is A Nationality. If you got questions, Gmail us at New York Is A Nationality.
Enough said. All right, bro. Well, hey, thanks for doing the interview again.
Appreciate you, bro.
Thanks for tuning in, guys, and we'll catch you.